Something's been pulling at you every time you catch your reflection. You asked for a cut that would feel fresh, feel easy, feel like you, and something still isn't landing right. You can't put your finger on it. You just know. And here's what nobody's saying out loud. A pixie cut on a woman over 60 can either take 10 years off your face, or quietly add them back on. The difference isn't the cut itself. It's 5 very specific mistakes that most stylists won't catch, and most women don't even know they're making. In this video, I'm walking you through all 5, what each one does to your face, and exactly what to ask for instead. One of these is going to stop you mid-sentence. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50 so you get real results fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. Mistake number 1. Too much length on top, too little everywhere else. You know the cut, a little extra on top, tapered close on the sides and back, sometimes so close it's almost shaved. A lot of women ask for it because it looks sleek in photos. Clean. Modern. But here's what it's actually doing to your face in real life. It's creating a narrow triangle shape that draws the eye straight up and then drops off sharply at the sides. And for most women over 60, that's the exact opposite of what you want. After 60, natural volume softens. Cheeks shift slightly. The lower face can start to feel a little heavier in proportion. And a pixie with all the weight piled on top, while the sides and back are cropped to nothing, makes that lower heaviness more visible, not less. It's pulling the eye away from your cheekbones and toward everything below them. What nobody tells you is that volume is about placement, not quantity. The magic zone for women over 60 is this. Softness and body through the sides, right at the temples and cheekbones, and only modest lift on the crown. That's the combination that frames your face and makes your bone structure read beautifully from every angle. The second that volume migrates entirely to the top of your head, the framing collapses. The fix is simpler than you'd think. Ask your stylist for what's called a rounded pixie, sometimes called a soft pixie, where the sides are cut with more graduation and kept fuller through the temple and cheekbone area, instead of clipped clean. You want length through the sides that's trimmed and shaped, not shaved away. The crown stays controlled, maybe with a very slight lift, but it's not competing for all the attention. Here's the specific language to use in the chair. I want fullness through the sides at temple level. Keep the graduation soft, not clipped. Crown stays controlled. That one sentence will steer most stylists in exactly the right direction. Before, all volume on top, sides buzzed, face looking bottom heavy and the bone structure hidden. After, volume sitting at cheekbone level, sides softly graduated, face looking lifted, cheekbones prominent. The whole face reads 5 to 8 years younger instantly. The upkeep note here. This cut actually lasts longer between appointments than the sharply tapered version. Tight tapers show regrowth fast. Softer graduation grows out gracefully, which means you get more weeks between cuts without it losing its shape. Coming up next, and this one surprises a lot of women, we're talking about what happens when your pixie is technically perfect but the texture is completely wrong for where your hair actually is right now. That mistake alone can age your face more than the cut itself. You'll want to hear this one. Mistake number 2, ignoring texture changes in your hair. Here's something real. Your hair in your 60s is not your hair from your 40s. It's probably finer. It might have developed a little wave or curl it didn't have before, or lost a wave it used to have. The density has shifted, the strand diameter has changed, and the way it responds to cutting is completely different. And most pixie cuts are designed, and most stylists cut them, as though none of that happened. The mistake isn't choosing a pixie. It's choosing a pixie cut that doesn't account for your actual hair texture right now in this chapter. A cut designed for thick, uniform hair on thinner, finer strands ends up looking flat. A cut designed for smooth straight hair on hair that's developed some natural wave ends up fighting itself. Half trying to go one direction, half trying to go another, and the result looks unsettled rather than styled. This is the one thing I wish someone had said plainly years ago. Your stylist needs to cut your hair the way it actually behaves, not the way you wish it behaved, and not the way it used to behave. If you walk in and say, I want a pixie like this photo, and your stylist doesn't look at your actual hair texture first, and talk through how that specific cut will behave on your specific hair, That's the moment to slow down and have that conversation. For fine hair, what works is a pixie with lots of internal layering, sometimes called point cutting or razor cutting through the interior. This removes bulk without removing length, and it creates movement where flat-cut fine hair would just lie down and disappear. For hair that's developed a natural wave, the fix is a cut that works with the wave direction rather than against it, so the shape is designed around where the wave actually sits. Honestly, the phrase to say out loud in that chair is, "I want this cut designed for my actual texture, not a standard template cut on my hair." A good stylist will hear that and shift their whole approach. Before, a standard pixie cut on fine silver hair, flat, shapeless by midday, doing nothing for her bone structure. After, a pixie with internal razor layering, movement body, and a shape that still holds 3 days after washing. For upkeep, fine textured pixies respond beautifully to a light volumizing mousse on damp hair. Work through the roots before air drying or a quick diffuse. Not a spray, not a heavy product. Something with hold but no weight. That's the difference between a pixie that lifts and one that collapses by noon. Next, we're going into something that almost every woman in her 60s gets told, and almost every one of them follows without questioning it. It's the advice that sounds completely logical, and it's quietly making your pixie work against you. I'm going to show you exactly why. Part 3, mistake number 3. Cutting too short to look neater. This is the one that gets almost everyone. Hair starts growing out a little, it starts to look a little less crisp, and the instinct, and sometimes the stylist's suggestion, is to go shorter. Tighten it up. Keep it neat. And so it keeps getting cut shorter and shorter until it's cropped so close it's almost military. And suddenly the cut that was supposed to feel fresh and feminine feels harsh instead. Here's what's actually happening when a pixie goes too short on a woman over 60. The face loses its frame entirely. And for a face that has natural changes in softness and structure, the way every face does after 60, losing that frame doesn't reveal your bone structure. It exposes everything below the cheekbones with nothing to balance it. The jaw, the neck, areas that a little bit of length and softness would flatter instantly. The sweet spot for a pixie on a woman over 60 is almost always longer than you think. 2.5 to 3 inches on top is ideal for most face shapes. Long enough to shape and direct, short enough to feel like a real pixie rather than a short bob. The sides should have enough length, at minimum a full inch, ideally closer to 1.5 inches, to lay softly and frame the temple. What changes everything here is the difference between a pixie that's maintained by trimming the perimeter versus one that's maintained by taking length from the interior. A great stylist maintains the shape by removing interior bulk and keeping the outline. A less experienced stylist removes length from the outside. And that's when it starts migrating from stylish to severe without anyone quite noticing when it happened. Ask for this specifically. Maintain the shape by working inside the cut. I don't want to lose any exterior length. Let the perimeter grow. Most stylists will know exactly what that means. The ones who don't, that's a conversation worth having before the scissors come out. Before, a pixie cropped too tight, the woman's face unframed, the jawline and neck fully exposed, the overall effect reading severe and years older. After, same woman, pixie maintained at ideal length, sides softly framing the temples, the whole face lifted and warmed just by the presence of that framing. The maintenance tip here is this: resist the urge to book your appointment the moment you feel the growth coming in. Let it go 1 extra week. You'll almost always find that what felt slightly overgrown when you looked in the mirror on day 10 starts to look softer and more flattering by day 14. The grow-out period of a good pixie is often more flattering than the fresh cut. Up next is probably the most common mistake I see. And it's not about length or texture at all. It's about what's happening at the hairline. And it's the one thing that will age your pixie more than any other single detail. Don't skip this one. Mistake number 4. A harsh or hard-edged hairline at the nape and temples. Picture a pixie cut that looks perfect in the mirror, shaped, clean, the right length. And then you look at a photo of yourself taken from a slightly different angle, in natural light, and something reads older than it should. Not the cut itself. Not the color. Something more specific. Usually it's the edges. This is the detail that almost no one talks about but stylists notice immediately. When the nape hairline and the temple hairline are cut with a hard, sharp, defined edge, clean razored or clipped straight across, it creates a line against the skin that reads harsh. And on a woman over 60, a harsh line against the skin doesn't just look geometric. It draws direct attention to the area of the neck and the ear where skin has naturally changed in texture. The hard edge becomes a frame for the very thing you don't want framed. The fix is called a soft or feathered hairline. Instead of a razor-clean edge, the hairline at the nape and temples is tapered with scissors, or with very light clipper work using a guard, so it graduates gently from the hair into the skin, without a visible line. The hair seems to disappear rather than stop, and that visual softness changes everything about how the cut reads from across the room. Secretly, this is one of the first things a colorist or photographer notices about a cut. Not the shape, not the length, but whether the edges are soft or hard. Soft edges on the nape and temples are one of those things that make a pixie look like it was cut by someone who really knows how to cut for mature women specifically, rather than just executing a standard shape. What to say? I want a feathered, soft finish at the nape and temples. No hard edge, no razor line. Graduate it gently. That's it. 4 seconds of conversation that completely changes the result. Before, a technically precise pixie with a clean razored nape edge. The hard line against the skin pulling attention to the neck and making the cut read older and more severe than it is. After, the same cut with a soft, graduated hairline. The nape looks elegant and elongated, the ear area flattering, the overall impression of the cut suddenly much younger and much softer. The upkeep note for this one is easy. Ask your stylist to soften the edges at every appointment, not just the first one, because the hairline grows back faster than any other part of the cut, and it can go from soft to hard in just 2 to 3 weeks of regrowth. A quick soft edge touch-up every 3 weeks takes about 2 minutes and makes the entire cut look fresh again, even when the rest of it is growing out. One more to go, and this is the one most women have never heard named before. It's happening in a lot of pixie cuts right now, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. It's the thing that takes a flattering pixie and makes it look like it belongs on a woman 10 years older. Stay with me. Part 5, mistake number 5, skipping face framing pieces at the front. This is the one. This is the detail that separates a pixie that takes years off your face from a pixie that just sits there doing nothing. And almost nobody names it. A full pixie, cropped consistent length all the way around, right from the crown to the temples to the very front hairline, is technically a pixie cut. But on a woman over 60, it can feel almost anonymous. There's no pull toward the face. Nothing drawing the eye to your features. Nothing creating the softness that makes a face look younger and more alive in a still photo or across a room. The cut ends exactly where your face begins, and that gap between the hair and your features leaves your face exposed without being framed. What changes everything here is face framing pieces. These are slightly longer strands, sometimes just a centimeter or 2 longer than the rest of the cut, that sit at the temples and the front corners of the hairline. They can be shaped to sweep very slightly forward, or just to fall softly near the face. They don't have to be dramatic. They don't have to look like a fringe or a side sweep. They just have to be there, present, soft, creating a visual connection between the hair and the face instead of a sharp cutoff. Honestly, this single detail, face framing pieces at the temples and the front hairline, does more for bone structure than almost any other cut decision. It directs the eye upward and inward, toward the eyes and cheekbones, which is exactly where you want the eye to land. Without them, the eye has nowhere to go. It just reads the cut and moves on. I watched a woman in a salon chair once. Stunning bone structure, silver hair, just beautiful, and her pixie was technically flawless. Length was right, texture was right, edges were soft. But her face looked somehow unfinished, and neither she nor her stylist could name why. 1 minute of conversation. 2 small scissor cuts at the front corners to leave just a little extra length to work with, and the difference was immediate. Her cheekbones came forward. Her eyes read completely differently. She looked at herself in the mirror, and went quiet for a second. That's what a face framing piece does. What to ask for? I want very soft face framing pieces at the temples and front corners, just a centimeter or 2 longer than the rest, shaped to sit gently toward the face. Show your stylist where your temple meets your forehead and say, I want a little something here. They'll know. Before, a pixie with consistent length all the way to the front hairline, no framing, the face feeling slightly exposed, the bone structure not quite coming forward the way it could. After, the same cut with soft face framing pieces added. The eyes immediately more prominent, the cheekbones lifted, the whole face reading softer, younger, more defined, and more alive. The upkeep tip. Ask that these pieces be the last thing your stylist trims, and that they take the absolute minimum off, just enough to clean up the shape. Face framing pieces are easy to over-trim because they're right in the eye line. If your stylist is about to trim them, it's always worth saying, go slow. I want to keep as much length here as possible. You just learned 5 pixie cut mistakes most women spend years making without ever knowing why the cut wasn't quite working. And you learned the exact fixes, and the exact words to say in the chair. That's not a small thing. Boom, your bone structure was always this stunning. Now your cut is going to show it. Tell me in the comments. Which of these 5 mistakes were you making without realizing it? I genuinely want to know. Next week, we're getting into the hair color mistakes that age a pixie cut even when the cut itself is perfect. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.